credit. Reuters Diesel cars are caught in a perfect storm, which will result in their market share collapsing to just 15% as motorists dump the fuel, according to an industry expert. The prediction comes from Aston University automotive expert Professor David Bailey, and follows official figures which showed demand for new diesel cars fell 17.1% in 2017. The drop accelerated towards the end of the year amid growing confusion among motorists about government policy toward diesel, which included a new levy on sales of diesel cars in the budget. As a result, sales of diesel cars plunged 31.1% in December. Mr. Bailey said, diesel cars face a raft of challenges, each one of which could damage sales, and which are combining to kill off the domestic diesel sector, which was so rattled by the Dieselgate scandal. Dumped diesel car sales fell almost a third in December. Credit. PA. They face a perfect storm of bad PR over pollution, coupled with concerns over increasingly strict regulations and sinking second-hand values. He predicted that sales of new diesel cars will fall by another 10% in 2018, and they could make up just 15% of the new car market by 2025, down from a 47.7% market share in 2016, and 42% in 2017. His forecast comes as Jaguar Land Rover, Britain's biggest car maker, revealed UK sales were flat last year and expressed its frustration at the government's demonization of diesel. The company, along with much of the rest of the industry, says diesel cars produce less CO2 than petrol, making them better for the environment. However, ministers want to discourage the use of diesel because it produces more nitric oxide and particulate pollution than petrol, something car makers argue against, saying the latest diesel engines are just as clean as petrol. About 80% of the almost 120,000 JLR cars sold in the UK last year were powered by diesel. And Andy Goss, JLR Sales Operations Director, said he found it difficult to fathom the government's approach. 4 out of 5 JLR cars sold in the UK are fueled with diesel. Credit. Bloomberg. He said, "We're investing in exporting 80% of our output and delivering a huge amount of benefit to this economy." One would expect hand-in-glove approach when it comes to looking at an area of policy so we don't get surprises. It's a reasonable request when, as a car manufacturer, planning takes a long time and takes huge amounts of money. Mr. Bailey also called for a diesel scrappage scheme to be backed by government, which would encourage drivers out of heavily polluting older diesel cars and into new electric vehicles. He added, governments have missed several opportunities to encourage drivers to switch to electric vehicles, starting way back in 2001 when there was a misconceived drive to get people to opt for diesels. Now that it's clear diesel is dying a slow death, the time is right for the government to take the initiative and offer up scrappage benefits to those who are prepared to ditch their diesels and switch to electric cars.